Hello everyone, I'm Zahra Unawala, host for the podcast interview. I am the founder of Union Job Open Services and a Posh and Boxer trainer. Today I have Dr. Gagandeep Kaur, Principal Director of MIT Global Business School, Malad, Mumbai. And today we are featuring her for a very impressive, innovative, and a very well-known topic, which is shaping the future leaders through connecting them to education. So, hi, Mrs. Gagandeep Kaur, how are you?
I'm good, and thank you so much, Zahra, for taking out time and doing this podcast. It means a lot for all of us.
So, when we are talking about education, here because my entire podcast, whatever I conduct, I specifically, my main aim is that students should focus on their career while they're following their passion. So, Mrs. Gagandeep Kaur, I just wanted to ask you that how did you build your career?
Um, First of all, Sarah, I would like to say that coming into academics was not by chance. It was always my uh, uh, choice that I wanted to come into academics. First thing is because I feel that this is one stream which always keeps you updated, and it always makes you connected with the young generation. So it's a way to live a life, in a very, very bright manner, because when you interact with young generations, you really come to know what is the change in the trend. And today's generation, especially, the way they are hands-on with the AI tools and technologies. So it makes you feel very, very updated in some terms. So that's why.
So, Mrs. Gagandeep, also one more thing which, when you're talking about it, made me very curious is that the era, the generations have changed. So, how do you deal with Gen Zs now? Because all students are Gen Zs now.
Yeah. Gen Zs have a trend which recently talking about bragging a lot. They believe in showing off a lot of things, which I don't mind actually. But I feel that if they do that in terms of their skill sets, in terms of what they are learning, so that would be a peer learning more in terms of that. So towards that, I feel that young generation is totally in. And also, I feel that the young generation are more risk-taking ability as compared to the earlier generations, which were not that okay with risk-taking abilities. We were more into traditional courses and traditional approaches, whereas the young generation is open for upcoming different career options that are coming up.
Right. So I would also want to ask that how would MIT shape a student when it comes to perspective when they are, coming with completing their bachelor's and joining masters in business admin and post graduation in diploma management, whatever course you are throwing out. So what they will gain from it?
Okay, at this campus, we are offering both the undergraduate program also and the postgraduate program also. Both our programs are if you see the syllabus is almost going to be same, everywhere. But for us, the focus is on the pedagogy that we adopt, because we strongly believe that we should not emphasize more on rote learning, because that is something that is not going to be well accepted by the industry. The industry want people who are skill based. They want students whom they do not have to train. They want ready students, which they can just take into their system and then can use them. And for us also, whenever whether it is an undergraduate student or it is a postgraduate student, we ensure that the curriculum is taught through the various case studies. Our pedagogy is such that for all the assessments we have presentations, we have soft skill trainers, we conduct seminars which develop the students in a 360-degree manner, which is something which is of very, very importance for us.
Okay. When it's this in terms of career opportunities, so what does MIT give different to the students when they are, coming for future aspects? Because nowadays the generation is more about, what job opportunities we will have, what placements we'll have, what trainings we will have. So what MIT is different.
Okay. Now I'll not go very behind, in times. Yesterday's newspaper only have shown that MIT is one of the premium institutes, universities, which is talking and is in par with the industry requirement. So the system and the process at MIT is so well defined by the authorities that it is at par with all the IITs and bits, and it's not that we are talking about it. It's in the newspaper for everyone. And just yesterday, I guess it's been showcased. With reference to career opportunities, we ensure that since we have a tie-up with many of the business associates, we are in constant touch with them in terms of discussions with them, that what are the traits, what are the skill sets that are required by the industry, whether it is AI or whether it is any kind of skill sets. And we ensure that those skill sets are taught in our training manuals.
Right.
Our timetables are framed in such a way which have dedicated slots for all these things, so that the student has not only the conceptual knowledge but also has the skill sets which are required, because the industry, as I already mentioned, they want a complete package.
Right.
They don't want to invest their time on training students and then making them a part of the system. They want individuals which are trained, and we do ensure that our students are well trained.
So also, when I'm talking about placements, there are so many institutes when a student is giving interview, so they are not well prepared before cracking their interviews, and when they are not selected, they are not given a proper guidance that what is lacking in that interview. So does MIT do that as well?
Yes. We, like I said, that we have a dedicated team, who works on it. Our faculties are so well aware of every student's strength and weaknesses, and then we try to align that with, in terms of what is required to make that weakness into a strength.
Right.
If a student is very good in communication, and so we try to align that student to such kind of job prospects, so that his strengths can be matched with the job descriptions.
Right.
So, and we do not take in students beyond our capacity.
Correct.
We focus on making every student a success story over here.
Yes.
So we don't believe in quality. We believe in quality. We don't believe in quantity. We don't actually play the game of numbers.
Okay.
We just want to focus on whatever student comes to us, and every student should have its own success story. So that's what we believe in.
Also, when it comes to not only job opportunities, do you also make your students understand that in terms of entrepreneurship, what steps do you take in that? Do you guide them in that as well?
Yes, we do guide them in that aspect. Like I said, that we focus more on practical aspects. We have a e-cell in our campus, and where we also conduct few of entrepreneurship activities, so that the students understand that being an entrepreneur requires not only one aspect of business. Like Zahra, I think you are also one of an entrepreneur,
Yes.
a successful entrepreneur. So student understands that it's not only one aspect that you have to take care, but all the entire. So we conduct a lot of activities. We give them a hands-on experience.
Correct.
We also send our students to various campuses, for example, IIT Bombay, where such activities are being conducted. We ask them to go and interact with the founders. We call the founders on the campus, so that they get the real picture of what are the skill set and how their approach should be when they are talking in terms of entrepreneurship.
And also one more thing, what I would like to add on in this, entire segment of questions, that is that when you're talking about, connecting the students to the founders and to the companies, and practical exposure is also required. So what are your terms in terms of internship and giving them practical exposures?
We have our curriculum has embedded internship in it, which is something which is mandatory for every student who has to do it. Apart from that, our placement manager also gives the opportunity for live projects. We do not promote that the student should not come to the campus, because I feel the campus life is very, very important.
Yes.
But beyond the lectures, if any student wants to do it, we have a live project concept where we send the student to the corporates, and they can go ahead and do the work also. Also, internships are not, the traditional internships are like that the student goes and work for 2 or 3 months.
Yes.
Few of our students not only have that aspect, but also they do the internship which are weekly basis. For example, they have to go only on Saturdays and Sundays, but they have an exposure of the corporate. So we promote a lot and we give these students an opportunity to be associated with the corporate to the maximum extent.
Correct. And what are the specializations offered in your campus?
Okay, we have specialization like marketing, finance, HR, international business, and now business intelligence, data analytics, and digital marketing are also the specializations which we offer, because we've understood that the demand is not only for the traditional courses but also for the upcoming courses like data analytics and business studies.
So, guys, we had a lot of discussion about career and a lot of discussion about specialization and so many other stuffs which Mrs. Gagandeep Kaur has already made very clear about, and she is an excellent person where a student can come and take guidance and sit and discuss their near future. Also, there are so amazing uh, admissions and counselors who would guide them across to take steps and choose their specialization. But specialization is offered in second year, I suppose, in MBA,
and
you are bachelor's third year, right? So you see that how this campus has built each and every step and each and every career and the guidance. Right now we were just on a way, and we saw that there is a seminar happening in the campus with a very dignitary profile. So when it comes to MET, it is not only talking about a student to come and educate and just go, but also to build their future aspects in terms of career, in terms of growth, in terms of networking, in terms of building their entire personality and connecting for their near future careers like jobs or entrepreneurship. So thank you so much, Mrs. Gagandeep Kaur, and it was amazing having you in our podcast. Further, if you would like to tell about something related to current admission process.
Thank you for calling me, first of all, and having this podcast. But apart from that, we are open for the admissions for our next academic year. What I want to say over here is that both our courses are driven and backed by practical exposure to the students, where you will see your child not only academically excelling, but also आप देखोगे कि आपके बच्चे में बहुत फर्क है. The day the student enters to the campus and the day he will finish the course, you will yourself see the change in your child. That is what assurance that we can give to you, and we would request all of you to come to our campus, have a visit, have an interaction with all of us, and then make a decision. The admissions for the upcoming years are open for BBA as well as for MBA. Thank you so much.